Personal devices in the special ed classroom can actually prove to be a teacher's best tool to keep students engaged and to keep them wanting to learn more, and also to teach students that have special needs, specifically with autism, how to interact with their peers in a non-invasive way. So how can personal devices support a special ed classroom? So a personal device can look like a tablet, an iPad, or a Kindle, an ebook, or it could be something like an iPhone or an iPod along those lines. In the article Students' Mobile Learning Practices in Higher Education, a multi-year study, it states mobile technology has changed how they communicate, gather information, allocate time and attention, and potentially how they learn. Having a personal device allows people to have access to information at the tips of their fingers anywhere they go. This type of access to information can help a learner expand their knowledge on whatever they want to. Personal devices have pros and cons in my classroom. The negative side of personal devices in the classroom is that you may fight with keeping the attention of students that would rather be on devices than listening to your lectures. This can be resolved by not allowing cell phones in the classroom. The positive side, though, of personal devices is in the collaboration and communication process. If used correctly, personal devices can be used together. So even though you may want to get rid of the cell phones in the classroom, it actually can end up being a great tool for you. So for those teachers that do want to not have cell phones in the classroom, you can use things like iPads, which only have specific apps on it and can be monitored by teachers. So that's a great solution also. How do personal devices support learners' process of learning? For example, using iPads to do a group project together. This allows students to collaborate with students in a non-invasive way for my future special needs students and for students that I currently have. Personal devices also allow for students to collaborate with one another in a way that is on their level. The other way that personal devices may help my special needs students is communication. There are many of my students have difficulty communicating verbally, and they actually find that by communicating through a personal device, such as an iPad, it's a really great way to do it in a way that children can respond to one another and think about what they're saying, think about what they're typing, think about what they're writing. And for many of my students, they find that to be really useful. A great app that we use in our classroom are apps like Proloquo to Go. This allows children that have those verbal difficulties or are nonverbal express their opinions, wants, and needs with the help of a device. This is an example of what a Proloquo app looks like. And so students can press any button on here, and this student has put, I love to talk with my Proloquo to Go. And when you press speak right here, then it will actually say what you want. Now you can also see that each and every word has a picture associated. This is also called a PEC, and this makes it really easy for some of my autistic students to be able to learn how to communicate, as well as communicate effectively what their wants and needs are. So this actually supports the final product for my learning. The impact of having a personal device or having an app like Proloquo on my learners' process is more of an interactive and positive impact than negative. Technology may help autistic students because it is simpler to read than people. So for many of my students, they don't recognize facial recognition of expressions or have difficulty just reading people in general. And so they're so busy trying to read somebody and what they're doing that they're not even actually really listening to what the person's saying or doing. So this makes it really easy for my students to be able to know what someone's trying to communicate with them. This also, for many of my students, personal devices can also allow them to communicate with one another and express themselves in a way that may be difficult if they did not have those personal devices. Thank you.